are you guys all set to get a hold of Apple's thinnest and lightest status symbol ever? After a week full of surprise launches and new hardware updates, Apple has finally unveiled its subscription services across news, television and games. But also, they have unveiled that very exciting Apple credit card. Here's a recap of the top 5 announcements from the Apple event by Megha Vishwanath.
Well, after a week full of surprise launches and new hardware updates, Apple has finally unveiled its subscription services across news, television and games. And here's a recap of the top 5 announcements from the Apple event. The tech giant kicked off the event by adding magazines to the Apple News lineup, and they're calling it Apple News Plus. As of now, users in the US and Canada can pay a $9.99 subscription monthly fee, and this covers your family sharing as well. Let's move on to Apple Arcade. Well, the company wants to take on traditional gaming devices with its gaming subscription called Apple Arcade. The new Apple TV update will now include a focus on channels like HBO and CBS, and users can pay per channel instead of subscribing for large package deals from traditional cable companies. Let's move on to the big highlights. Apple TV Plus. This was the star of the show, quite literally. This is Apple TV's Plus package for original programming. This is an on-demand service which will be available with online and offline viewing. The talent working on the content includes Oprah Winfrey, Steven Spielberg, Jennifer Aniston and Reese Witherspoon, to name a few, and it only gets bigger. Finally, let's talk about Apple Card. What could possibly disrupt the credit card space as we know it? Apple Card is a service that users can apply directly using their iPhone, and once approved, the card would be stored on the Wallet app. To ensure high security, the card generates a new security code each time you make a purchase. So there is no credit card number, no CVV or expiry date. The Apple Card is currently backed by Goldman Sachs and MasterCard, and also offers a 2% cashback reward for each purchase that you make and 3% for purchases made on the Apple platform. Overall, I would say that Apple definitely knows how to put up a good show, and more importantly, they know how to ensure their users stay hooked and locked onto the iOS ecosystem.
So my biggest takeaway from this, Sonia, is definitely the huge focus on content and therefore the usage of data. The telecom service providers should be happier with this particular launch, I would say.
And you know what Apple has done with that event overnight? They've given sleepless nights to banks because of their new credit card, to Netflix because of Apple TV Plus, basically to a whole host of, industries because of all these revolutionary new moves. But I'm most excited about that slim and sexy Apple credit card.
Yes, there it is. And with that, it's a wrap from the entire team of Business Lunch. Mid-Cap Radar comes up next. Stay tuned for that.